Thanks for watching Mid-Morning this Monday. A newly revealed interview with O.J. Simpson has a lot of people talking today.
Yeah, last night Fox aired this 2-hour documentary called O.J. Simpson, The Lost Confession. Simpson said he was just talking hypothetically about what happened the night his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and friend Ron Goldman were murdered.
As things got heated, I just remember Nicole fell and hurt herself. And this guy kind of got into a karate thing. And I said, well, you think you can kick my ass? And I remember I grabbed a knife. I do remember that portion, taking a knife from Charlie. And to be honest, after that, I don't remember. Except I'm standing there and there's all kind of stuff around and
what kind of stuff?
Blood and stuff around. I hate to say this, but this is hypothetical. I'm sorry. Right. I know we got to back up again.
Right. It's okay. I'm going to back up.
This is hard.
This is hard. I know. I'm going to back up
to try to make people think that I'm. No.
I know.
Yeah, the ship has sailed, I think, on that one. A lot of people think you did, you know. The weird thing, this whole thing is super weird,
Very
right?
strange. Bizarre.
So O.J. Simpson wrote a book, basically kind of what if I did it, what would have happened? And that's what this interview was connected to. There was such backlash 12 years ago because it was really still, it was still fairly fresh, I think, for people. And people didn't want to see it. The families didn't want it. Nobody wanted it. And so Fox didn't air it. And so it sat on the shelf for 12 years. And conveniently, they run it last night against the premiere of American Idol. Oh, how interesting. What are your impressions of this? If you were accused of a murder that you didn't commit, could you imagine, like, all right, well, let me set up a hypothetical if what I did.
Let me recall this in the first person. And
In
he
the
just
first
kind of
person.
walks it through, like, I did this and then I did that. And I'm just thinking, like, if your children are watching and Nicole Brown Simpson's children are watching, what are they thinking? And did he speak with them before he agreed to do that interview?
Yeah.
The other thing that I thought was really weird is when his lawyer first approached Judith Reagan, who was the reporter doing this interview, is the lawyer said that O.J. is ready to confess. And then they changed their stance saying, well, this is a hypothetical.
Yeah, it's very strange because I watched the whole thing and it goes from, at first, like, very if and, this is kind of the hypothetical. And then it goes into, well, I remember this and oh yeah, and then I recall this. And it's very jarring to watch. And I think that, we've seen a lot of coverage about O.J.'s case recently. We've had all those different kind of documentary type series that have come about, so you can understand like why people want
huge
more
interest,
of this.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, always will be. This will be one of the most infamous murders in the history of this country. They did a roundtable after the interview and talked with Chris Darden, who is the prosecutor, one of the prosecutors. And Soledad O'Brien, a journalist, asked Chris Darden, like, do you think if the jury saw this if I did it stuff, would it have changed the verdict? And he said, probably not. So I also think, does this really change anyone's mind? Probably not. The people who think O.J. did it.
It's just more giving people what they want, because some people just like watching this.
It's a sad, all the way around. It's so sad for Nicole Brown Simpson, what happened to her, Ron Goldman, and then their families to have to hear all this again.
And relive it over and over and over.